Legend Total War here, and today we've got a 7-year disaster battle playing as Hexawatl, going up against Bretonnia, where they're sending 3 full stacks at us. There's a lot of trash in there, but there's also a lot of high quality units in there as well. And Leoncoeur himself is going to be difficult to deal with. And we've got a damaged full stack in here that's a mixed monster army, and a tiny garrison here. Now, it definitely makes sense to not control large army. I'm fairly sure most people are aware of how this works at this point here, and I think the guy tried to use not control large army, but still didn't manage to win it. Now, we luckily do have a life wizard in here, but he seems to be fairly low level, so we're only really going to be able to utilize Earthblood. I think what we need to do here to win is try to knock out Leoncoeur as early as possible so that we can try to route some of these units off the edge of the map and just try to focus on winning rather than obliterating them entirely. We do have a good amount of winds of magic, but without any... Well, okay, we got a Heavens Wizard here that looks like it's on a Pterodon. That actually could be quite handy because they've only got a few flying units and we should be able to outrun them. That's 116 speed. Okay, no, that one can catch us. We've got to be careful there. These units here at the back end will show up at the last. So most of the forces that we should be dealing with will be melee infantry. Anyway, let's jump in here and see how we go. I think what it really comes down to is just making sure that... Oh, we've got a choke point here. Don't really have any value in holding the choke point because if all of their reinforcements are coming from here, right, we want to be as far away from them as possible so that we're not dealing with a full stack at any given time. So it would actually be in our best interest to not hold the choke point at all or just run over here. Because choke points are really good if you've got like loads of artillery, which we do have some, but I don't think it's really worth holding like a front line and trying to utilize this. I think this might be where he went wrong, trying to hold at this point here. We want to be as close to our reinforcement zone as possible, but I also want to be over here. Basically, the key to this one is to be as far away from the enemy reinforcement zone as possible. Also, these kind of maps here tend to make the AI fairly derpy if you don't hold the position. As I've said before, you don't want to do exactly what the AI expects of you, especially in these sort of contrived situation. The AI expects that you're going to be here, so if you're not there, the AI starts to break down a little bit. Also, this gives us more time to heal and generate some bounce power. I'm not sure what I can really do with the Blessed Horde ones in this battle. This is definitely not a situation that's going to benefit them. They have 82 speed, which is slower than the Grail Knights. Because I was thinking, what if we ran around and just distracted them? But I just don't see that being valuable, so they're just going to have to be part of the fight here. Okay, we've also got the Shredder of Lustria. Okay. Actually, put these guys a little bit over this way, because I don't want them accidentally hitting a heal. I want to be healing the single entities. Can't withdraw them off the battlefield because it's a siege, but we'll see how we go. Now, this guy here, give me some more wins, please. Come on. Alright, that'll give me a chain lightning pretty quickly. Yeah, if we could thin out some of these guys early, that would be good. But yeah, there's a lot of anti-large in this army, and of course there's Leoncoeur. Let's try to get Leoncoeur over here early as well. Yeah, no arcane conduit. On this dude. Okay, he doesn't have 2 points put into it, so I have to pay extra for the chain lightning. Okay. Just thinking what to do. Alright, let's try to lure these Pegasus Knights into an unfavorable position. We've also got minor chain lightning here as well. Now I'm just wondering, will 4 Coatls beat a Pegasus Knight? I'm not sure. Well, let's find out. Because I don't feel like these guys are going to land as soon as I come over this way. Right, yeah, shooting them down a little bit with the Stegodons is good. That's it. Okay, that's enough for now. Let these guys handle the rest of that. Good. With the Stegodons having just thinned them out a little bit, that made it really easy to break them. Okay, but we also don't... Oh, crap. Get over here. Quick. Look at what's coming. What's happening. How fast is Louen Leoncoeur? Yeah, keep these away. They're not fast enough to outrun him. Because they're crossing over. We got to hit that. If I could just get one chain lightning here, that'd be really good. Come on, get away from me. Get away. There we go. And you see how they're like trying to fight us there? They're like specifically looking for our troops, but they're not there. Okay. Alright, these guys here. Just move over this way a little bit, because it looks like they're going to move around this way a bit more first. Okay, put these guys back on fire at will. So, 89 kills, 11,000 damage. That's pretty good. Shoot our own dudes. Not too worried about conserving their ammunition, especially if they're shooting at good targets. I have a feeling that the horned ones are probably going to get wrecked first. Let's put them back here. Like, I want to try to keep his army alive as much as possible, but you know, we don't have anywhere to hide here. Okay, if we can shoot at the Grail Knights, Grail Guardians and stuff like that over here, that'd be really good. That's going to rout as soon as it gets close. Yeah. Got Grail Knights over there. Okay, it'd be good if we could thin out more of their infantry, because it would be good to get them off the battlefield early, because there's obviously a lot of anti-large there. Whereas I kind of expect the Grail Knights to fight to the death, even if we do take out Louen Leoncoeur. Go for the biggest cluster of them. Because yeah, most of our monsters are going to be kind of anti-large, because of the Blessed Carnosaurs, right? So, it would be good if we got rid of the infantry with magic. Okay, here they come. And let's do this. Now, we should have the balance of power at the moment in our favor. But, you know, we've got two other armies to deal with here, so we need to do a really good job of this battle. So, getting their units off the battlefield early, that's exactly what we want to see. Okay, these ones over here, let's go take out Louen Leoncoeur. So they've got some minor chain lightnings we should use. Now would be as good a time as any. Try to pull them back, because that's all anti-large over there. It says victory's in our grasp, but we certainly have not won yet. Just because we're getting in all of our ammunition to just absolutely dogpile on this army right at the start. Okay, these ones here are taking too much damage. Move them back. Louen Leoncoeur is going down really nicely. Let's really make sure he doesn't leave the battlefield, so keep the horned ones on top of him. That way he can't fly back up. Alright, now I think we've got one more... Yep, we've got one more chain lightning here that we can use. Over there. Good, Louen Leoncoeur's going down. So far, so good. But like I said, don't let him get away. He's got to get wounded. We want to be able to knock these guys off the battlefield early. Okay, maybe a little bit of healing now that we hit 30 wins. No, do not let him get up. Do not let him get up. Oh my god, don't let him get up. Okay, he just broke. Okay, the Slan's having a bit of trouble over here. Let's get all the Carnosaurs to come and help him. Although they've gone rampaging. Which is fine, because it's kind of what we need them to do right now. I'm going to need that over there. How are we going with this? Come on, you've got to get ahead of him. At least he's not going to heal anymore. Right, you come back. Okay, all of this stuff here is starting to rout. Oh, come on. Alright, we need him to come back, because we need to wound him in this battle. He'll come back. Alright, we got some really badly damaged Blessed Horde ones here. Let's see if I can save them. Which I don't think I'm going to. They're kind of stuck in combat there. They shouldn't be wiped out yet, but I can't withdraw them from the battlefield. I can't just get them in the route. Alright. Came back and caught up with us. But I think the Blessed Horn ones might actually be able to beat him. Now that he doesn't have regen. Yeah, it's a dead unit. Just, what are you going to do? Try to save it, but it's got nowhere to run. Okay, looks like we've got Louen and Leoncoeur here. That's good. Okay, let's keep focusing a bit more on healing. Oh, are you kidding me? You slippery bastard. So he's done only 3,000 worth of damage. Okay, that's not so bad. Considering how much of a bastard he is, that's pretty good. Okay, we actually don't want these guys leaving the battlefield. Let them rout and rally. Because it's just going to come back over here and immediately rout anyway. Okay, let's get reorganized. That's, I think that went okay. That went okay. So yeah, looking at this one here, it's not wiped out just yet. Let's come over here. They need to get it down to 2 troops. If we lose 1 more, it'll get wiped out. And let's just try to heal as much as possible. Okay. Alright, now the forces coming in here will at least have a -10 leadership penalty. But we can use the time while they're getting here. This is why we didn't want to hold this position. It gives us time to heal now. Okay, these guys here, my best don't shoot. And yeah, use some time to just generate some healing. Because we want to make sure that our balance of power is as high as possible. So that when we reach the threshold to be able to inflict the army losses, that we do as early as possible. Because, you know, we don't want to fight them to the death. But that being said, sometimes it's definitely better to use damage magic. Now, if we have just take an inventory of what we've got left with these. We've still got some Uranus Thunderbolts, but we're out of chain linings. Unless we use this one. But we kind of need the last of our magic for healing. We don't have Life Bloom on this one either. Alright, I think we can just speed up while this is coming in. So the reason why we don't want to wipe out these units here is because as soon as that one gets wiped out or leaves the battlefield, another unit will take its place. So right now, there's only 19 essentially valid units coming at us, meaning we essentially outnumber them, except for the fact that we're also essentially at 19. Okay, you may start firing at will again. But yeah, you can see that they're sort of derping out a little bit. They don't truly nowhere to go. They can see us. Most of us. That's it. Good. The Blessed Stegodon's doing their worth right there. Keep healing up. So these ones here, they're fairly experienced, but I think they're just going to rout as soon as they get here. Because all of the heroes have lost. They've all gone. This is why we wanted to be close to the edge of the map so we can just get them off quickly. Okay, we need to be shooting at the cavalry. It's only knights errant, but they're going to be more dangerous than the melee infantry here. And when it comes to the Thunderbolt, you wait until they're pinned down before using it. Just keep getting these heals in, try to recover as much bounce power as we can. Okay, everyone focus over here, and we'll try to sweep around that way. So instantly break these, don't worry about them, and then we'll just roll them up that way. Cool. And, yeah, with that flank routed, then we come over here and destroy this one really quick. But you'll see that they only sent about, I don't know, 7 units at us. It wasn't a full 20. This one here needs to stay out of it. So far, so good. But this is all the easy stuff here. If the enemy cavalry from the other army start coming in, that could be a problem. Okay, it's okay for these guys here to leave, because then they're just coming at us in waves. Which is what we want. You know, these guys here probably won't turn back to go and get their other troops. Keep up with the heals. It's only Knights Errant, no big deal. But that's what we want to attack. Turn them off fire at will, because there's just a chance that we'll hit our own troops, and we're kind of using shock tactics here. Just get them off the battlefield. Okay, we really need to get at those archers. Because otherwise they could potentially do a lot of damage to us. Okay, Grail Knights are a problem. But if we can get them without them charging in on us, that's good. These ones over here, just ignore them. Try as much as possible to keep our guys together. Okay, the Blessed Horn ones are getting pretty exhausted. So I can't revive their entities. I can heal them a little bit, but I can't revive them. That's all the cavalry dealt with. Alright, get them over here. Grail Guardians are not that big of a deal. It's the Grail Knights that are the problem. Okay, this one here is really badly damaged. Move that back. What are these? Grail... Knights Errant. That's okay. Need to get over here, help out the Coatls. And the Blessed Horn ones probably need an assistance as well. They can run down broken units, but that's about it for those damaged ones. Okay, those Grail Knights are going to cause a problem. I need to take them out, but they're both pinned down. Sort of pushed forward, which is not exactly what I wanted to do, but they had missile units. They forced our hand there. Just don't worry about fighting their melee infantry because they're not worth much. They're not really going to do that much damage either. We just got to get rid of their Grail Knights. That's where all their bounce power is. That's also where all their damage dealing is. Nah, don't worry about that. Okay, most of the cavalry are gone. Also, it's really important to just keep cycle charging. Constantly be charging. Don't just sit there in melee, soaking up damage. Because their animations are relatively good while charging, and it's flailing all the units about, so they're not attacking back. Because a unit that's on the ground can't fight back. Alright, we got Hippogriff Knights coming. Just escort them off the battlefield, that'll be good. See, it would be good if we just inflicted the army losses now. Did we? No, not yet. So that we don't have to deal with their toughest units. Don't think we've lost that much bounce power. It's looking good. The units over here are fighting to the death. So just get them off. Alright. Hippogriff Knights on their own shouldn't really be that big of a concern. If it was like a Hippogriff Knight spam, we should be worried, but it's only just one of them. This is what we wanted them, for them to come at us in waves. Still got one more of these. See if I can hit this one. I think that's an okay hit. Try to get away from... What is that? Oh, they just got the ambulances. We won. Cool, and I don't think any units are getting wiped out. That one there's a bit iffy, but it should be okay. And there we go. Try and get a little bit more healing in if we can. Alright, it looks like some of the reinforcing armies were in force march. You can tell because these ones here, they're already exhausted despite only just coming in. These ones here, those Knights Errant, okay, those ones aren't on force march. Yeah, I don't think anyone got wiped out. We didn't need the garrison, we just needed them to come at us in waves. We can handle that. Thanks to the Life Wizard, we can, you know, recover our stamina as we go. With the exception of the Blessed Horde ones. This is why I say that the single entities are best with the healing. I mean, I didn't really target the healing with them anyway, because the problem here is that I can't revive any casualties. Alright, see if we can get in a couple more heals before they leave the battlefield. Don't worry about running them down so much. More important to make sure that we're strong next turn than they're weak, because they can just replace their units really easily. It's a lot more difficult for us to replace ours, and we've already proven we can beat them. Alright, I don't think we're going to get any more. So that's another thing with this army. Because you've got a couple of multi-entity units and they took a lot of damage, even though in terms of percentage balance of power, we didn't actually lose that much, but quite a lot of Horde ones got killed. We ended up with a Pyrrhic victory. So they're a bad placement in this army. Good, at least that's Louen and Leoncoeur gone for a few turns. So I think one of these armies was on Forced March. I think it was this one, but I'm not entirely sure. Because the Knights Errant definitely weren't on Forced March. So yeah, this one here never even came onto the battlefield. So that just gets wiped out. Awesome. And, yeah, we'll heal them up. Yeah, one of their armies was on Forced March. So it just disappears. So he's just started his invasion of the Southlands there. Looks like Lustria's a bloody mess. And your army is in okay shape, and you know, as you fight these battles manually, which I would recommend, you can heal further. Although these areas are green territory, so it shouldn't be too hard to replenish. What kind of armies are you building? Alright. He's building some spams, and other ones are, you know, a bit more balanced. Not a huge fan of this army, but, you know, build armies however you want. Anyway, that's the end of that one there. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. Appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next time, fuckers. Bye.